So we've got a problem. Hiluxes are meant to have 6 wheel studs, and you probably can't see from there, but we've only got 3, and they're tight. And I've checked them a couple of times since they snapped, and they're not coming loose, so I don't know why they snapped. But anyway, we've got new ones.
As you see, Lewis is running the custom 3 studs on his Toyota Hilux, and we're going to upgrade to all 6 of them. First up, before taking the wheel off, just got to chuck it on a jack stand. Never use it just on a jack, because it'll fall on you and kill you. Use a jack stand. And now with the wheel off, going to take the brake caliper off, which is just one 12mm bolt that holds the line, and 2 17mm bolts that hold it onto the hub. These are going to be tight as.
Hope so. And probably don't have Loctite on them.
Oh, they don't need it.
That's what I reckon.
He watches my videos.
Does he? Did he tell you he's doing it wrong?
No.
Oh, look out. He even brought out a dangly thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done this before.
It's a good idea to hang that up so you're not putting any stress on this line, because you don't want that to break or you won't have brakes. So get the rotor off. Sometimes they just come off. If they've been on there for a while, or if you've been through mud, it's not going to just come off. Just bash the front of it with a hammer and it'll pop off. Hitting it with a hammer doesn't always work if it's really rusted on there. But there's 2 threaded holes in the rotor and a M8 thread, so if you just wind one of those in, it'll pull it off. Just like that.
Just like that.
Now all you do to get the old studs out is hit them with a hammer. These ones are going to need a punch to punch them out. Punch them all out except 2, because you're going to need 2 to pull the other ones in, and then punch the other ones out and replace them once the others are all done.
Bloody hell, Riley. You get an actual punch.
No, that's what these King's tools are advertised, that that's on the end there so you can use them as a punch. That's what their selling point is. This screwdriver is a King's one off like Super Center, one of those cheap shit ones, and I've belted it with hammers for so many years and it's still semi alright.
Semi.
Now that I say that, I'm going to snap it.
You're going to snap it, yeah.
So leave 2 in there for now, because you've got to have something to lever in while you wind the new ones in.
You're probably going to...
Just make sure that they're the same size, otherwise it's going to be too tight and snap, or not tight enough and fall out. Some WD-40. Very empty can of WD-40.
Sorry.
Put it in from behind. Put a bigger nut on it that doesn't catch the thread, and a wheel nut. And then get this right size socket for the wheel nut and just tighten it up while holding the lever in there. That's why you leave the 2 studs there. Well, yeah, I was about to say, will it hit the ground?
Yeah, I was going to let it hit the ground.
Two in there, we can use those 2 to lever so we can get rid of these other 2 old ones.
You keep that for next time.
And yeah, keep those for when you're in the middle of a bog hole and your wheel falls off. So that was the last one. Doesn't take long. You can pull them in with a rattle gun if you have a rattle gun, but I'm not going to recommend it because you can't tell with a rattle gun how much tension's actually on them while you're doing them up. So you just do them up until they're all pulled up nice and tight to the back. And chuck it back together, chuck the wheel on. Just put a wheel nut on to hold this back, hold the rotor straight while you're putting the brakes back on. Chuck the brake caliper back on. Make sure they're done up pretty tight, like very tight. You don't want them to come off. Go jack it up a little bit more for you. A little bit.
When you get the rattle gun out, you do them all up and snap them all for you.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Always talking the spec.
Drive it all the way down.
Without hitting yourself on the head.
Yeah, don't drop the bull bar on your head. So every time you've had a wheel off your car, whether you replace studs, the CVs, suspension, whatever you've done, always have to check it by hand when you put it back on. Even if you're using a rattle gun, don't just set it to 3 ugga duggers or however many ugga duggers your gun's capable of, because it'll come off. So put it on a bar like this, just one push down at reasonable tension is enough to keep it on there. If you want to actually look up the tension specs, it's going to say about 120 Newton meters, which is approximately there. So that's how to change wheel studs on a Toyota Hilux. Like I said, make sure you use a jack stand and make sure you check the wheel nuts once you put the wheel back on. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and check out the rest of my videos. And this is Coco.